everybody. Okay, this is your art tutorial for the week, but this isn't my original idea. My page is kind of curled up a little bit. This was actually sent to me by a friend, and it was on a television show called Make It Artsy that's on PBS. But apparently this show isn't on in all areas. It isn't on in mine. And you can only watch the episode online for a week. So I couldn't just share it with y'all. So I thought I would just play with their idea, give them credit, and share it that way. And of course, y'all know I've been playing around with the idea of it a little bit. So what it is taking ugly scrapbook paper, which we probably all have, that you would just never use, and turning it into something that you would use, okay? So it's pretty simple, and it's really fun and relaxing, and it takes absolutely no skill at all right? So let me get my supplies and tell you what we're going to use. We are going to be using Dilutions. You can see them up here already, hopefully. I picked out 4 colors. You can use as many as you want or as few as you want. I think those are the colors I used on this one. All right. You also are going to need a pastel of your favorite stencils. And they can be anything. They can be bought ones. They can be some are in here, homemade ones. Where are my homemade ones? Y'all know how much I love my homemade stencils. So you can use homemade ones. You can use bought ones. You can use whatever you like. All right. And that's pretty much all you need. I do always say have your black and white pens available. And of course, I love using mine out of my big Montana markers. It just makes it really quick and easy because I'm always using black and white, and having it readily available is best. So let's get started. So I've kind of prepped this a little bit, so it hopefully won't take a long time. Because y'all know, here lately, since I got the new camera and I can go longer, I've been going really long. So we're going to try to work on that. All right, so let me set my sample aside, and we'll pick out this one. All right, this was the Father's Day paper that I ended up with that I just wouldn't use. All right, and you're just going to take your Dilutions paints or whatever paints. Let me stop and tell you why I picked Dilutions. I like them because you don't have to wait for them to dry. They go on dry to the touch, so you can layer without basically stopping or pausing, okay? So I can put on one color, and I didn't put down a craft mat, so yeah, I may get this all over my desk, but that's not unusual. So you can put on one color wherever you want to put it, okay? And my sponges are just about done. I didn't clean these out when I used them last time. So you can put on one color and then not even take a break before you go to your next color. And that was, for the record, cherry pie. And this one is squeezed orange. Alright, so I can just go right to my next color. And I don't have to worry about contaminating my colors with them being side by side. Alright, so pretend I just did this whole sheet, because I'm not going to make you watch me just color squares on here. Alright, so through the magic of television, you have that. Alright, I did want to say one thing, and this was my own little addition. I got to thinking about, if you don't have ugly scrap paper, if you're not a scrap paper person, but you wanted to do this, let me turn this over. You can still do it. Just pick a stamp or stamps, whatever you want, and make your own scrapbook paper just by taking that stamp and repeating it in a pattern. I didn't stamp that very good because I'm just trying to give you an idea. But just repeat it in a pattern, kind of like, think wallpaper, until you get a paper for you to do this on top of. Because really all you want is paper that's got some pattern peeking through to give it a little more interest. So if you don't have ugly scrapbook paper, you could make your own, and you don't even have to start from it being ugly. All right, so again, this one I've already done all the squares. So now then, you just get your stencils and pick a stencil, pick a paint color, and start layering. And you just want to keep doing this over and over and over until you like it. I would stick to your original colors. So like this, I chose my original, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like on this one I actually had 5 colors picked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 6 colors picked. So anyway, stick to your original colors that you picked for your layers and just layer them on top of each other. That way each layer has a little more cohesiveness, but it also still has a lot more interest. Okay, so just like that, just keep adding your layers. And I have one of those. All right, so this one you can see I have added a lot of layers. Once you've done that, then you want to do the same thing, just keep adding layers, but now I'm going to do it with my black and white. This is not the illusions, so this I will have to let dry before I go over them again. So just add your black stencil in places. And because this is going to be wet, I'm just going to pick a different part of the stencil and not move it. And your whites in places to add your black and white texture so that everything pops. When you get through, you can add you some black and white paint splatters as well until you get something that looks like that. So that's pretty fun. It's very easy. It doesn't take a lot of supplies. And how much time it takes depends on how many sheets you want to do. You can do multiple sheets at a time so that you're doing all your green squares on all your pages, all your red squares on all your pages. Then you're adding stencil to page after page after page. So you can do this kind of assembly line to make a bunch of these at once. And then you've got your own pretty scrapbook paper of your own making, totally unique to you. You can still kind of see the design peeking through in places. Oh, I did forget one thing I did on this that I really liked and I wanted to share. That is when I got through, I took my little black and white Montana markers. Let me find them. I didn't have them to the ready because I forgot. Here's the black one. My little ones. And I just made some handmade marks. And the reason I did this was so that it would not be entirely stencil looking and uniform. It gives me just a little bit of personal in there. And you can draw anything you want. I did squiggles and hashtags, just zigzags, little flowers. But anyway, I did that in the black and white small Montana markers just to make it a little hand-drawn. All right, so that's it. That is your art tutorial. I know it was kind of fast today, but y'all should be looking forward to some quick ones from me. I've done so many long ones. I'll take a good picture of this. Let me get all my corners down so that you can see it up close. And if you want to share yours back with me, by all means, join my Facebook group, Art Journaling Artists, and upload pictures of what you make. All right? Bye, everybody.